So I don't know. Sometimes I usually wait a little bit later and then I do like a second live where I show my face. I feel like when I show my face more, people like come in more and they kind of draw into me a little bit more. So on on the live is say the closing part, right? So I think I have been talking about a whole bunch of different things, and I think definitely like moving forward, like this week, I have to start arranging the way that I want to discuss certain things. But that's for my own personal side note. So I guess for a lot of people who are doing whatever that you're doing, it's very, very good for you to organize it, but it's also good to also keep in mind the lot of different things that you talked about, that you're expressing, or that you're trying to help people with. So I have been covering a lot about, I guess, like the 101, because that's what I call it on my podcast. I call it Relationship 101. So I've been talking about relationships 101. I have been talking about when you're finding that the dynamic between the two, or you're noticing the different things that have taken place, or you have noticed patterns of the way people have acted. I don't think I never talked about the pattern part, but the realization, right? So it says the closing, the ending part, right? And I think when it starts to come to the ending part of people closing out their cycle, meaning people closing out things that no longer serve them, because sometimes relationships can no longer, and it shouldn't be like that. It no longer serving, meaning it's not putting out, right? You could put in, but what is the put out sometimes, right? And damn, I hate this. You like what? Because it's very, very tricky. Only why I say that is because for a person that's probably coming to listen to me or however it may be, it might sound like manipulation. I wonder, I should write that underneath somebody else's comment, like a person who talk about relationships, motivational speakers and shit. Do people think that it's a manipulation of when we're or talking about our experiences, or when we are trying to teach or trying to say stuff? Because for another dummy, you like what? Because some men are dummies. You can't say it just like some of us are dummies. But you will have certain people think, oh, this she trying to play me. She trying to play me. No, no, nobody's not trying to play nobody. But when you have people who are in the space of awareness, right? And I think a lot of people don't understand that. But when you come across a person that's in a space of awareness, um, of relationships, of what could come out of relationships, what could come out of relationship if you're honest, what could come out of relationship if you just started with lies, what could come out of relationship if it's just a leaky type of a situation. So when you have women and you have myself who talk about certain things like that, for a lot of people, people could think that we are manipulating. No, we're not manipulating. We're just speaking the truth. So as women are coming to the end and they're about to start closing out this cycle, depending on the dude, right? Because it's not always easy. You like, no, because you have sometimes you can be in an environment where you see this guy all the time. So you have to kind of like, some women, I don't know how all women are, but I would feel like that. For some women who are closing out the chapter, that's why you have some women that will move. They'll move a whole different state. You'll have some women who they'll have to move out the country, right? And then, especially if they're really very, very serious, like they're done and they want to move on and they have came to a realization and they understand for what it is. Because I always like to say that once the image, because this is the image is like a glass, it's like a mirage. And once that image and once that mirage is done, and people are actually shown and seen for who they are. You're like, who are they? What they can produce, what they can bring, if they're honest about shit. how they're going to go about it. And this is why a lot of people don't understand, and this is how you have to see when you're dealing with whoever, right? People want to know that people are secure sometimes. People always think about the financial part, which is kind of like, I guess it's like, all right, right? I think morally, because some women be thinking about, can he provide, or however that it may be. But sometimes you have to think about the investment part when it's coming to it. Sometimes, like, um, are we good, with the investment part? Can a man invest within you, or can a woman invest within him? And that's just, I guess, putting together whatever the package is. You like, what is the package? Because a lot of people actually don't know what the fuck they doing. You like, and that's what it be. So because people don't know what they're doing and how they're doing, and how they're gonna put this packet together, I shouldn't call a relationship a packet, but it is. It really is, right? Because then you'll have some people like, and that's what it be. Like, some people can't cook. You like, what? No. Some people can't cook, and then you'll have people who can cook. So it's a difference. Like, it's like the do's and the don'ts. Who the fuck is doing the do's and the don'ts? It's like, here we go, let's go. I like this energy, ancestors. Let's channel. Niggas want to play. Let's channel. So somebody's doing the do's and the don'ts, right? Or somebody have put somebody in the do's or don'ts, right? That's what people get. You're like, what? Some people went outside. Let me tell you what happens sometimes when people go outside. Or, yeah, when you go outside. Sometimes when people go outside, their whole world has just been shattered. And what do you mean by that? The whole world of the reality, meaning um, the way that they were in a one situation, and they have just been introduced to something else. Meaning the way that somebody's going to love them, the way that they're going to provide for them, the way that they're just doing a little bit other than what the other fucking person was doing. You'll be surprised. That's why sometimes, if people are not on a fucking found foundation, that's why I'm a type of person. I'm against all of that friend shit. You like, what? No, 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 no. I am. I really am against, like, my nigga having a friend. Like, I understand it, and you have to understand this concept. Now, if he already came with friends, or however it may be, that's different. But I feel like, as both of us, right? I feel like, why should you have to confide in your girlfriend when you're supposed to confide in me? And a lot of people don't think like that. So because people make a safe space like that over there, it becomes very, very destructive. Destruction. It can be a very destruction situation, because in those type of a friendship type of a setting sometimes, right? That's where it becomes a borderline shit like that. That's how people start developing feelings and different shit like that. So they no longer come from out of that friendship state of mind, but now they're coming more from out of an emotional state of mind, because the emotional state of mind is something that they want and they see. So they're no longer going to give you the right answers or the right judgment to something that can help you, right? So that's what happens when you develop a friendship from out of a relationship, and nobody should feel like that on that aspect. Now, everybody needs counsel, but I always like to say, be careful of the counsel that you get and you receive, right? For I always like to say, sometimes that's why some girls have to be careful too about their guy friends, right? Because it can go on both sides, it go on both sectors. You'll have a person that will just flat out give you the wrong information because they purposely want to fuck your shit up, right? So I shouldn't feel like I need a fucking man friend to tell this nigga about all of my problems and shit like that. I should be telling that to who my man is. And when I get to that point where I feel like that, then that's when you have to come back in self-preservation. You have to say, well, damn, my relationship is really fucked up. And people don't have those type of discussions with themselves. They don't even have that really, really discussion with their partner until it's that part. So people have to be careful when you step the fuck outside. That's why a lot of people don't understand that open door policy. Fuck of stuff. An open door policy is a fucking policy because you want your doors to keep spinning. You're not really satisfied with what you have. So I'm going to keep that door of rotation open just in case that nigga that's coming through the door is going to be able to mm, give me what I want, or I'm just in the season where I just like that type of a friction. Hmm. So as we are coming back now, everybody, now you have got to this point. You started dealing with people, right? Because a lot of people don't know within the first couple of months of you just dealing with people, you're actually finding out a whole bunch of different things, right? A whole bunch of different things that you didn't know. Their time, their patience, their emotions, how they're going to be towards you, how they're going to treat you. Do they really actually have the feelings that they actually say that they have, right? And then once it gets to that part, after you get to that line, then that's when the thought of the emotion come in. Is this person my soulmate? Mm-hmm. Can she or he give me everything that I need? Because a lot of people don't understand, once we start to get older, the looks that I was so, and that people should even be drawn to people looks, but that's how people are, right? So since people are drawn to people's look, how they look, or their profession, however that it may be, once you start to get older, them shit start to wear out. This is why people replace people, right? Because they haven't fell in love with something that was so pure, right? So because people don't understand that, and then because people don't really know who they are, they start bringing problems, right? They start having a fucking phone on lock and shit like that because of the different things that they have. Mm. And then that's when the woman, right? Because as much as us women are very, very, we have a lot of self confidence. We have a lot of our the way that we feel about ourselves. We're still human, so that still makes us sometimes question if that question mark is thrown out there. So then this is why she would say, well, damn, am I not good enough? Is it something that I'm doing wrong? And that's why you have a lot of women say, well, what is it? What did I do wrong? Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? And then you have some people who just can't tell because that's just who they are. That's just how they move. That's just how they function. And then you have some people who are afraid to be like that, right? So then because they're afraid to be honest, right, it no longer comes to that part where they want to be happy, but now they're now making somebody else satisfied, right? And then that's shifting from who they are. So just the closing part of yo, you will be surprised. Us women are terrible sometimes. We are, and I don't think a lot of women like to say that part. But when a woman is actually done, and I always like to say that dealing with the man and however that it may be, she's gonna actually, when she say that she's finished. And I was just saying that shit the other day. It's like all of my stuff that I usually say always come past after I'm done. Yo, it's terrible. I keep getting quiet. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell whoever's listening to me. The enemy, your friends, your undercover haters, or however that it might be, and a lot of niggas and a lot of women don't understand that. The backbone to a man and a backbone to a woman is each other. Sometimes because of that foundation, it's taken out. And why I keep referring to that? You're taking away your comfort. What do you mean your comfort, your protection, um, your foundation, right? And because of that is going, a lot of men get in trouble. They do. They do. They put themselves in fucked up ass situations. They do a whole bunch of different shit to themselves towards people. Become very, very bitter. Become very, very angry. And just sometimes because of that part, because of the removal of the woman, as much as some people don't understand it, they become on a very, very destructive road. Right? And I don't understand why some men want to feel that, because as much as, and that's why you have some women who have problems and shit like that. But no woman should be should be feeling like that. Right? Nobody should be getting the shortest of the stick. So when you just walking away from a guy, ladies, right? You have to like totally remove everything. And then sometimes I know it could be very, very hard because um that's crazy. Before we actually go, our feelings and emotions be the last straw to actually leave, right? That be the tugging on it. And that's why, damn, that's fucking crazy. You know, oh, I mean a curse. I'm just thinking, how can you actually walk away from something that is so strong? That's and that's what love is. Damn, that's deep. When something is so strong that it's not allowing you to go like that. It's not. It's like it's very very hard for a lot of people have been thinking about people going over a whole bunch of different things, and it's very very tricky. But yeah, it's hard. It's very very hard. It's very hard. It's very very hard. And I don't think people understand that the triggering point is when people are coming to terms with how they really feel. And that's triggering. Very, very triggering. Very. So just some women, like what? Some women have to do that because now she have to reprogram herself. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god. You like what the fuck is reprogram? Reprogram is when a woman or a man they don't want to go without their life without their partner. It's like the yin and the yang, like the unbalance of shit. So for them to feel like that, it's like it's different. It's very very different, and that's why women be breaking up nigga shit. It is, and that's why people have the problems that they have because I don't. Well, that's why men act up like that. Just the thought, the picture of their women doing a whole bunch of different things, but to not be able to, I don't know, like fight different battles and go through a whole bunch of different things and precious moments. And then, it'd be very, very, I seen this lady shit. It was so messed up. I don't know how, well, I do know why guys do that. And it's very, very messed up, especially from when women get tired of being like mistreated, not understood, or um like walked on and shit like that, and you'll have a motherfucker ready to give their life, give their rib, give their eye, give their body and shit, and then a motherfucker constantly treat you like you're nothing. That's the worst part that a motherfucker could do, can make you feel like you're an option or however that it may be, knowing that he doesn't feel like that. Right? So then that's when the lady said, like, she said she left, and the nigga, like, that's so cold hearted. Because he said you can leave. He said you and the kids can leave, but she couldn't take anything. Oh, that would have been a terrible house. Oh God, that upsets me. You like what? That would upset me. I guess I'm just like the wrong person. Like, are you kidding me? Me and the kids can go, but I can't take nothing. Nothing. Oh God, I don't want to say. I don't want to say. That nigga be like, nobody call 911. This bitch is crazy. I'm just like the audacity. And for some women to be okay, like this nigga, he lost his mind. But that's what he did to her, yo. He told her she and the kids can go. And she had to restart. But that's what happens sometimes when a woman don't have a backbone like that. You know what I mean? I'm very, very against shit like that. You like what? For women to just totally just depend on a man like that. I was never raised like that anyway. My mom always made sure that I was like independent, that I always had my own. So regardless if I'm with somebody or not, however it may be, I'm still gonna grind and I'm still gonna make a way so I can be able to provide for myself. But when you have women that's not like that, and when it's time to leave, then you don't have nothing. And that's why I don't understand why a man won't give some women what the fuck that they do, what they're due for, regardless. Like, you knew you was a son of a bitch. You knew you was just straight cheating on me. You knew you didn't treat me wrong. You know you wasn't doing me right. But you know that I'm a good mother to our kids. You know what I mean? So why would men do that out of hurt and pain? So if it's that much hurt and pain of that, then why the fuck that they don't fix it? Every man have the power to fix everything. It's just that he doesn't choose to do that shit. Now that's the shit that be blowing my mind sometimes, but I'm not a man, so I don't understand that. So you'll rather just argue, fight, disrespect me, put our kids or however that it might be in a crazy situation or however that it may be. And that's how I always look at it. Like when especially when I see these bitches who be going with these niggas who got money or however that it may be. Just because a nigga got money doesn't mean that he has character. He has class. That he is a real man. And that's them stories that I be hearing is terrible. Because it doesn't make sense. That's why I always say for some women be like, I don't want to deal with a nigga that got kids. Like, bitch, you need to pay attention. Because a guy who provides and take care of his kids, and definitely I always look at it like that, a guy who actually respects his mother, he gonna have some type of a class and he's gonna respect you to the fullest. A nigga who don't respect his mother, he's gonna treat you terribly. Straight like that. He don't respect her. This is that and the third, because that means he don't have a borderline. He don't know that type of I don't know, protection, love, because of a son. That's how my sons are. They love their mom. They protect their mom. Now it could be due to the situations or however that it may be. So maybe I should take that off and don't put that clause on every man, just because you have some that the situations or however that it may be between their mom and stuff like that. But yeah. So you gotta. God damn it. Tell I'm helping y'all niggas. Like, here I go. So that mean what? That mean you have to remove yourself. It's worse if you're dealing with somebody that's fucking famous and rich or whatever. You gotta see this nigga all over the fucking place. You like, damn. Fuck, I gotta go to the moon. I gotta go to the moon. I gotta go to the fucking moon. Because that shit could be the weirdest. It's like, fuck. Damn, every time I think I'm just getting away from this funny ass looking nigga. I gotta see him TMZ. I gotta see him all over my social media account. So I can only imagine that part. That shit is the worst for people. It gotta be. Like, damn, I just can't heal. I just can't let go. So then that means you just gotta just go missing. You like, what the fuck you mean, bitch? Go missing. Do as much as you can. You like, do as much as you can. Don't go on social media until you get to the point where now it's okay for you to see somebody, because that could be the worst too. It's very triggering. And don't be going to go meet up with nobody. That is the ultimate. That's the trap. That's the setup. Because everything is good and sweet once you're not around people. But once you're in people's like personal space or yo, what is going on? I always see this vision, yo. Let me tell you the vision that I always see. I always see a vision of a girl, right? I always see a vision of a girl. I see like it's like it's like an invitation, like a reach out, like I was thinking about you, however that it may be, or however, whatever. I want to talk about it, or however that it may be, and it just doesn't go. It doesn't go the way that she thought when her ass got in that room, and went totally fucking different. Because once people are in around people, however that it may be, they can trap you off. It's different. It's different, and that's how people can also tell too, and that be the setup for some of you girls. All you gotta do is just stay away for a little bit. It's like a what the fuck? It's like a drug. Like a drug. Yeah, it's a drug. It's a spiritual hormonal like she said hormonal. A hormonal type of a drug. hmm Then it's a rap shit. Some shit is some stuff can be history just off the yeah, it can be history too, just off the moment of just actually meeting somebody in perfect person, and that conversation is gonna go totally fucking different. And damn, that's what it. I just said that on the other one. I was talking about that on unconditional love though, for some people. So good luck, ladies. Good luck. Do what you gotta do. Unfollow his ass. Block him on fucking everything. Stay your ass from off of social media so you can't see nothing until you get to the space. And then, it's almost damn. That's almost like a person like an addict. Shit, going to 12 steps around this motherfucker. Yeah, that's how it is though. And I don't mean to shoot people who are recovering addicts, but when people are trying to get over certain things, you have to go in a comfortable space where you can be able to heal. So just in case you're in that environment or you might see whatever, you know how to fight it. But if your vessel or your spirit is still weak like that, how are you supposed to get over something? You're gonna get stuck in the same motion of something. And I always like to say that's not good too. And so the closing part is hurtful. The closing part, it hurts. And it's okay, ladies. It's okay to cry. You like what? Because you'll be so. Yo, I always say that. Like, I wish that sometimes people can, like, hear the conversations that people have talking to the walls, yo. Them four walls all over the world know so many different things. Hmm. Especially the shit that people don't see. It's crazy for people who smile. You have people who smile, but they're not really fucking smiling. It's a front behind that fucking smile from the different things that people are going through. And if it get like that, then it's like, what the fuck? Realization kick into your ass. Yeah. So it just becomes different. Yeah, so congratulations. Right. Plus it's a new year too. People shouldn't be going into the New Year's with a whole bunch of different things. And then, you have to prepare yourself. You like prepare yourself for what? For when God send you somebody that's ready. Right? Just because he or she's not ready does not mean that somebody else is not gonna be um capable of doing that. Right? And people have to be in that understanding in that space or however it go. But it's very, very tricky sometimes when your heart and your spirit wants something totally different. Mm. And I always say, for some women, don't have to just jump into a fucking relationship with people. That be the weirdest shit. Because how the fuck I'm saying that I really honestly care about you like this, that, and the third. But I'm just so fast to go talk to another nigga. Like, however that it might go, that mean I never actually had feelings and shit that I actually said that I had for you. So a real woman is not going to do that shit, especially if she care about you. She just going, it'll take her a minute. She's just not going to just do no shit like that. It's going to take probably like a year or something like that. Because just within us as women, it takes us about a year. Don't let nobody lie to you. It takes you just about a year, almost just about a year, to actually rethink, reprogram your mind, get everything out, start doing a lot of shit that you like to do. Because a lot of people don't know, once you're in a relationship, my best friend mom said that shit. She said it's a blessing sometimes being single, because being in a relationship and being in a marriage, it's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of shit that come with that. And that's why a lot of people don't understand that, because it's just not that. That's why I was like, when a girl said, not every man is supposed to get husband material. So that means, bitch, you shorting both of y'all. You shorting yourself and you shorting this nigga. That means you have to do everything that you need to do just as a woman, period. It don't got shit to do about a wife. A woman is going to act accordingly. A woman is going to know how to do a whole bunch of things. A woman is going to, every woman should know how to give um, that comforting part of making a man feel comfortable, where he should be able to feel like he can open up with no judgment, right? This is why a lot of these niggas go to jail. This is why a lot of these niggas be getting set up, or however that it may be. And then this is why you have a lot of men that don't want to feel like that, because they don't know of the time. So no, how the fuck you actually think that he's going to actually tell you exactly what's triggering him? Because sometimes you got to go back to the beginning of why he's like that. Don't look at his picture of how he is now. He a son of a bitch, like a motherfucker, however that it may be. But why is he like that? How did he get like that? And he have to be in that space where he can actually understand, and he can say, yo, I'm like this because of this bitch, or I'm like this because of my past trauma. I'm like this because I ain't my mom ain't show me no love. I'm like this because maybe my dad or however that it may be. And once they can tackle those issues, then they can actually be a great loving future husband, a great loving future wife. Because like they were saying, some people they have no fucking comprehending of it. So I understand sometimes. I listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck to the world. I was never that type of a woman though. I was never that type of woman. I'm gonna build this nigga up, cause you got some niggas they don't know how to. I hope I ain't got no kids on here. You got some niggas who just don't know how to fuck. Just like you have some women who just don't know how to fuck either. So now I gotta show him. Like, what the fuck I gotta show this nigga for? Why I gotta show you how to think, nigga? You should know how to think. Or you should be there. You should know how to do what we need to do. Like, I understand a little bit, the little pieces. Okay, well, how you like it like this, you like it like that. You like the bed like this. I'm always like that. Nigga just gotta tell me one time. You know, certain people gotta be told multiple, multiple, multiple. But it should come after the way that you know certain shit. After, you know what I mean? You know the nigga he's gonna come in at this time at night, however that it may be. So why the fuck he gotta go down there and he gotta make something, bitch? You been home all day or however the fuck that is be. That mean when he coming from wherever that he coming in from, or if I'm coming in from where I'm coming from, my fucking food better be in the fucking microwave. Or it should be on top of the stove or however that it may be. I shouldn't even have to do that. And 9 out of 10, how I'm like that anyway. I'm not going to sleep until his ass is in the fucking bed. Like I don't give a fuck what time it is. Like I'm just up around this motherfucker. And some people are not like that. For some people can't even be comfortable like that until the nigga's in the bed. That's why you have some people or some women. Yeah, you have majority. You have some women. That's why some women sleep in their men clothes and shit like that, because they have to. It's like like a comfort part and shit like that. Just them smelling them, or however that it may be. That's why you have some women who I don't understand that part, where they'll just I don't know fly out, go see, or go chill with them, or however that it may be while they're working. Not saying they're just gonna smother them, but people don't understand that part, that timing. You don't have to be smothering, but you have to understand your personal space, your personal time. And then that's why you have a lot of marriages that get fucked up, because the husband and the wife still need their mommy and their daddy time, and they don't do that. They don't understand that. Now I understand the people, because you have some people who they don't have that. So then you always have to make time for that part, that aspect of it. You know what I mean? Or it's sad when people don't have that type of a support where people could get they want on time. So it goes a lot. It really really goes a lot. And then like I should say this. I should say this. Like here I go. I should be better. People can't lie. You like what it is? People can't lie. People can't lie. People can't lie. As much as they want to front, like what? Nah, as much as they want to front, they want to, or they want to put it to the perception, like they don't have nobody, or however that it may be. People know that people have somebody. As much as people want to act like they don't, and then that's when that shit starts getting weird and complicated and shit like that. But you acting like it's this, that, and the third. So then that's where it comes to the fact where people are placed in these situations. You like, what the fuck in these situations? These situations, if this is how an entanglement becomes, right? Or the understanding of people saying, listen, I got a shorty, I got a nigga at home, this is that and the third, but we gonna do this, this, that, and the third. That's bullshit. I always like to tell people that shit. There's no way in fuck that you're gonna be able to deal with anybody like that, right? Or unless you're just a bitch that you just getting this nigga money. A bitch that's only going to go get a nigga money is a bitch who has no feelings. So this is the type of people that people need to deal with. But even it could be tricky sometimes, because I always say the more people have a sexual relationship with somebody, the feelings and emotions come from out of that. Right? That's how sneaky links become fucking wives and husbands and a whole bunch of other shit. And the roles kind of reverse. Or however, because within that relationship, that secret, sometimes within a relationship that's secret, you find out so much different things about a person or however that you are very, very compatible with or something like that, that's not there. And that's where a whole bunch of other stuff becomes crazy a little bit. I know, motherfucker, I be hearing motherfuckers be saying, some niggas say that she ain't got no right, she ain't got no right. she, how she talking shit? She got a nigga. How she talking shit? She got a nigga. Listen, y'all, both of y'all niggas knew what the fuck it was from the beginning. That's what y'all get. You like, cause once, that's the hardest shit ever. Once feelings and emotions get developed, however it get developed, and there's something otherly, it's very, very hard to turn that switch off. It's hard to turn away. As much as people in there feel like sometimes the more people feel like they're running away from the situation, they're actually running deeper into the problem because they ain't never fucking addressed the problem. So it's keeping it limbo in the air. If I want it or if I don't, if I want it, if I don't, if I want it, if I don't. It's like a pull and tag situation, and that shit is draining. It's draining. It's very weird, and it always come back to play. But it's very apparently clear. You like, what? It's a fucking apparently clear. It's a fucking apparently clear. You like, what is it? You like, what is it? Nigga don't say nothing to you for your birthday or however, because that's how that shit be sometimes. However that it may be. The fucking important times, the important dates, or however the shit that's supposed to count. And when you're not there or it's not present, then that's the realization that it is what it is. So it's nothing else left for you to even sit and ponder about because the truth of the matter, then that's what it is. So since that's what it is, I always like to tell people like that, then it shouldn't be a problem if you never hear from a person again, if a person never do nothing, because you already made your decision. And that's the closing part. And that be the part that be hard for some people, or it be a lot of arguing or fighting and a whole bunch of different things. So the world is confused with a whole bunch of confused ass niggas. So I hope everybody understood this little busybody, busy bee all over the place, but y'all niggas get it. Y'all understand it. Yeah, people shouldn't be playing with people. You like what? Because that shit can become tricky. I always like to say that from out of different things that I have been through in my life. I have never, like, I always like to say that I was never an angel. Like, and I think once people understand that, then you the realest person ever. Like, these bitches is going up. You like, what? These people going up on these shows and they can't even be honest. Niggas is asking them questions. Like, I wouldn't want to be on no goddamn balloon anyway. I think I'd be the first person to pop my own balloon. Like, this nigga's on some bullshit. But I don't know. It ain't. I don't think for a woman it should never be that bad. Now this is paid. Yeah, you gonna give me my motherfucking money, and I'ma come up here and I'ma perform like a motherfucker. But for me to actually be up there like popping balloons and shit, and seeing this, that, and the third, or however that it may be, and these niggas are retarded because some of them they fail miserably. They'd rather go to the left and they should have went to the right. That's how it go. And then niggas be banging on the fucking desk. That's your fault. You went for what fucking society and shit was telling you. You better go ahead. What you talking? Laughing about? I'm laughing about, yo, that be the craziest shit too. And that's why people be mad. This nigga showed her everything. That's why some guys be mad, cause she sucked. She didn't know how to do nothing. The same way females be feeling some type of way, cause y'all stupid niggas want to train people up. I ain't never do that. I was never like that. Nope. I'm not showing you shit. However that it is, I feel like that's a waste of time. That's how I feel. And then nobody don't got to show me shit. You know, people are not already packaged, it's already put together. You know, so he done showed this bitch how to do this, that, and the third. And now they're out there. Like one of my girlfriend's mother kept this bitch in the house like 7 days a week. She got outside, yo, she was terrible. She was on Dick and Tom and Harry. She was just out of control. That's why it's good sometimes that us mothers don't smother our daughters like that, because Once they get the opportunity to go outside, or however that it may be, you ain't looking, man. I ain't gonna front. I wasn't fast like that when I was growing up. My girlfriends was. I used to get penalized for that shit. I think I'm still getting penalized for that shit. You like what? No. And I never understood that. I used to cry sometimes. I used to tell my mom, like, Mommy. And my mom was like, cause you hanging around with Dorothy. Like, what the fuck? This bitch she was 11. She was at it. She was with it. But I always been that type of a person. So what? My friend is this, is that, and the third. What the fuck that got to do with me? I'm just with this bitch. I'm just here keeping this bitch company, or however that it may be. But people are assassinated. That's some real shit by the character that you are around. So if you're around a whole bunch of group of chicks, I'm just whoever needs to hear this part. You're around a whole bunch of chicks that get down like that, then everybody that knows these group of people that get down like that you're going to be associated with that. That's why some girls get sexually assaulted and a whole bunch of other different shit, because they ass is just at the wrong place at the wrong time. You're around a whole group of bitches who get down like that, so now you're subject to that action. All you had to do is okay. That's why I preach that shit. I'm the type of person that I preach that shit. That shit kind of happened to me when I was younger. Bitches was so mad. They were so mad. I was the last one before I did what I did with my virginity. You have girls who hate that shit. That's why I tell girls, no, it is nice to be a virgin. Stay a virgin. Wait until you actually find somebody, because these bitches, these little girls, they be crazy. Oh, you ain't do this, that, and the third. Like, they be promoting that shit. Like, nah, it's cool. You don't have to do that. You don't have to run around. You don't have to be in all these niggas' faces. Even to the dudes and shit like that. You don't gotta do all of that. The one time that you go out and do something, shit, your ass and got jammed up in something that you just can't talk about, and now you gotta go tell your mother, like me, that some shit happened. And now I don't know what I'm gonna do, depending on the information that's received. I might knock on the door. I might kick the door open, depending on what the fuck comes back. And you have certain parents that's like that. But then you have to say, how did I raise her? And that's why a lot of people are catching flack too, about how they raising their daughters and how their sons is being brought up. So it's a fucked up ass cycle. And what makes it so messed up is that it's happening to the kids and shit now. Like, and that's crazy. Like, there's nowhere in hell she should be 15 and she already been did to like 10 niggas already. That doesn't make sense, and that doesn't add up to me. So that lets me know that she just her household, or however that it may be, is just unstable. She's just looking for something else. Now, I don't know, maybe somebody need to do a course on that, some shit like that. Right? Girls be looking for, well, girls like what they like. You have some girls, they like nerds and shit like that. You have some girls who just like thuggers. They all preference of the type of men that they like and the type of men that they want to deal with is totally different. But out of all the men that I said, you're going to get different results from out of all of them, because all of them are going to love differently. They're not all going to love the same. You have some that's going to be faithful, and you have some that's not going to be faithful. And that's crazy, because the nigga say, I love you, I love you, I love you. No, you don't. You like, what? No, the fuck you don't. That's it's the most fucked up feeling. Not fucked up feeling, but I be having the most craziest visions in my mind. That's so crazy, because it's nothing like that be the fucked up part. It's nothing like, especially for some women. You fuck with somebody or however, and you know that somebody, that's like, that shit'll kill you. It's like the fucking worst fucking beating ever. But you steady saying, I love you, I care about you. Like, no, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. Because why would you even allow me to have a fucking image like that in my motherfucking mind? That's like me. That's like you're being okay with the image in your mind. So you're okay with the image in your mind. You're okay with me talking to this nigga. You okay that I'm over here? You okay that I'm alright like that? Okay, cool. Right? But that shit hits differently. Right? So why the fuck it shouldn't hit us differently? See, that's the whole spectrum of the board of just a relationship of imbalance and good balance. Damn, that's just crazy. I feel bad. You like, why? Because that's the worst. It really is. Oh man, my chest hurt. My chest hurt. That shit just punched me in my fucking gut. Mm. If you ain't shit, like what? Damn, that's fucked up. I don't mean to keep cursing, but it's like a, how can I fucking explain that cry? It's almost like a death cry when somebody have really gotten their heart broken like that. That cry, that pitch, or however everybody in the world know that shit a little bit. That shit is the worst shit. That's the gut. That's the pit right there. Yeah. And that's the shit right there, that motherfucker. That's the ending part. When a bitch hit that shit, or even a nigga hit that shit, because niggas is different. They different. They go for a walk, they trap themselves in, and they do what they do. But for a girl to hit that, it's like, nigga, is nothing that you can say, it's nothing that you can do to fix me from ever hitting that fucking gut punch. So it just be a lesson learned. I said that shit the other day, a hard ass lesson learned. So congratulations, lady. Don't be mad. Don't be sad. Don't be none of that. Do what you gotta do and be happy and prepare it. And then the next time when you want going out, somebody said, "Would you go on?" I'm weird. I'm like the most fucking orthodox person. So for a lot of shit that these bitches be saying that they won't do or whatever, I'll do it. Like, cause you just have different people. Like the lady, the guy asking, "Would you go on a coffee date?" Of course, I love coffee. I drink coffee all fucking time. I drink tea too sometimes, but I like my tea steamed. Have anybody ever had a tea that steam, like how you go to the bistro and shit like that? So what happened is, because I like tea sometimes, I like tea with cream. So you would go to the bistro, you have them put the creamer in it with the hot water, and you have them steam it. Oh, it's amazing. Like, would you go on the coffee? Of course. Like, would you go? I love books. Would you? And especially, it gave me a good idea to open up a store, like a reading store, like bistros and shit like that. Like, there's so many people who just like that's like a chill vibe and shit like that. Like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I? Right? So the whole standards of a whole bunch of different things and shit like that is totally different. But dun da 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 dun da da da. Yeah. Should nobody be living their life being shorted. So congratulations. I'm telling you, people gonna be I'm people. These people, you like what? People just not gonna know what to do with me. Like what? Because it's nothing like a healthy glow. It's a beautiful glow. You like what? It's a beautiful glow. And when people see that beautiful glow, they're like, yo, she's happy. A lot of people don't have that glow. A lot of people don't have a happy glow, a peaceful glow. They wake up in the morning. Niggas supposed to be having, however, if a person, but that's wrong with people. People be looking for people to give them that glow. You gotta have that shit by yourself. And then the person's supposed to come on. Coco, what is wrong with you, mama? You want me to pat you on your back? Oh, poor baby. My dog. I don't know what did you eat? I told you you shouldn't be eating a whole bunch of different stuff. What is wrong with you? I would cry. My baby. I'm sorry, y'all. She over here snuffling. Are you alright? Poor baby. I got the most bougiest dog, but she is ghetto. She is. I gotta call the dog whisperer. She's like her mother. She don't like people. I'm telling you, I can't take her nowhere. I was down there in Dumbo with her. I don't know if it's just these little dogs, but I swear she don't like no dogs. I mean, one day I was, I want to laugh. I was running through the field like shit. I gotta have her on a leash, man. She see a dog, man. She took off. She took off. I was in a park, man. I had to run through the park. I had to jump over a gate. I had to run in the street. Yo, I was so mad at her. I could have killed her ass. But she don't like dogs. We was down there in Dumbo. She like, arr, arr, arr. All these bougie ass people was like, oh my God. I was looking at them like, bitch, I'm feeling the same way. Like, oh my God. So her, I can't bring her around nobody. She's terrible and she's trouble. So y'all do I journal. Shit, I'm out to man. I done went through so many journal. Well, I don't journal. I haven't journaled in a long time. I do a whole bunch of other stuff, but probably throughout this year, probably just me just like saying like my affirmations. Man, I done went through like 4 books. I always say that every morning when I get up. But a lot of people don't know that though. This is the most powerful technique. Before you go to bed, they always supposed to say you're supposed to think about whatever that you're trying to do. But the most crucial part is when you wake up. When you first wake up, that's when you're supposed to say everything that you need to say because you're programming your mind to go about your day. hmm You'll be surprised at the different things that people are learning and the different things that people are doing. That's why for some people, when people bring unnecessary bullshit, they be like, "Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me?" Like everything you doing, I did back in 1992. I don't got time for all of that stuff. But I see. People gonna have people running around here like ninjas. You ever see somebody? Don't you start it. And when you coming here, like what the hell? I didn't even know my other dog. Every night my dog sleep with me. She sleep with me, and I be so mad sometimes because she sleep like a human. Like her feet be out. I be moving her like, move over, Bella, get over, and she snore. So let me go. I start my day. Damn, I want to get up and start my day. But I accomplished something. I've been accomplishing my little buckets. I was telling everybody who's rocking out with me, everybody should be accomplishing all of their little stuff that they want to do and set up for next year. That's how I did that. I did that with school. I did my thing with school, so at least I'm rolling over to the next year so I can finish doing everything that I need to do with that. I'm still trying to do the stuff for my podcast. I spoke to these fucking people from Salt Lake City. I wanted to choke him over the phone. Like this nigga was talking. I didn't know, but now I'm getting into a whole different feel for a lot of different people. So it didn't even sound right, but I didn't even know that people are doing that. So that gave me another idea of shit that I want to do, like $3,000, this, that, and the third, like 5,000. It was talking some crazy shit, and then all of the stuff that he was talking is all the stuff that I already knew. So I was like, okay, I don't want to at least go down that way. Like if I'm gonna pay money, at least I want to see, cause I'm like that. Like I invest in myself. Like I'm the biggest brand ever. That's why when you understand that now you're starting to become the brand or you're starting to become what you're trying to do, you have to make sure that you have to invest more. So, some people have to invest more in their look. They have to invest more in their photo shoots. I'm thinking about, oh yeah, I ain't even gonna front. I think I'm about to do some music and shit like that. I'm very, 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 very weird and stuff like that. I always like to do stuff like that. So I already got it. I didn't, but see, that's what a lot of people don't understand, especially for people who wear multiple hats. Cause even on my Instagram, I got mad producers. I got a whole bunch of different shit. It's a dude over here, my brother know. He used to work with like Rich Dollars or something like that. Something like that. He got his studio and stuff. My brother was talking to this nigga, talking about doing music. So I always like to do certain stuff like that. Like I'm just such like in a peaceful state. I don't know about other people, so I'm gonna do that. I keep talking about I'm never jumping out of a plane. I just cannot see myself. I'm scared of heights. I'm terrified of heights. I'm terrified of heights. So I don't even think that I can do anything like that. That's period. Even when I go up high, I be all nervous. Nana Shirley, she live on the top floor, so every time I go out there on that balcony, I be like feeling like I'm about to throw up. And it just seems like the wind be swaying a little bit too much on that balcony for me. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, I'm doing everything. I don't care. I don't care if it don't work. As long as I still try, that's all that I'm doing. But my shit gonna work. My shit always work. I'm so proud of I do. It do. My brother, he a real estate agent. I gave him a whole packet. He was like, oh shoot. I'm like, nigga, this is what I do. So he told me what he wanted to do. He wanted to start doing shit, listing, houses for like 1.2 million or whatever. So I sat there and we sell stuff. We sell stuff. We have the best marketing, but you just have to know how to market it. So whatever arena that you're going into, you fix yourself up. That's me. And I know how to do a whole bunch of different things. I can stage it up the way I want to stage it up for whatever the clients that's coming in. If I'm dealing with a very, very high class client, then I know how to dress. I know how to dress. I know what type of perfume I'm going to wear. I know what type of jewelry that I'm gonna wear. See, y'all never seen that side. Instagram never seen. They never seen that side of the fashion side and different stuff like that, or being able to stage and prop a fucking house up for people to come in to actually see a venue or be able to go in a venue and bring certain shit to life. See, this is what I do. This is what I be telling people. Don't never put me in a category with nobody. But see, that's what happened with people. People have been underestimating. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun. And then majority of my brother friends, cause he worked out on Wall Street. All of these little niggas, they be doing a whole bunch of different stuff. So I said, well, come on, let's get with it. So he was so excited. So I told him what to do, cause the way that he was targeting. See, that's everybody. I should shut up, cause I don't want to help no fucking body this morning. That's what people be failing to realize. It's the way that you want to. They laugh, but that's okay. But it's the way that you want to, um, the way that you want to position yourself for whatever that you're trying to do so you can get it in. So it's so crazy. I know what my problem is. I have to fight through a whole bunch of different things, so the way that I have to position myself a little bit more. So I always have to do a little bit more to get past that wall, cuz I have a funny ass wall that's in front of me. Everybody do. So once you know how to penetrate through that, then you can get to a bigger part, like, more to the masses for people to understand you, because you're always going to have about 15 to 100 people who just flat out don't like you. But my mission is to get past those 1,500 people and get to those other people who can understand me and they can feel me and they can vibe out. And a lot of people don't think that, especially when you're actually creating something and you're creating a packet and you're doing something either for yourself or you have to do something for your client. And a lot of people don't know. That's why I'm very, very fucking against people giving out all this free ass PR, all of this fashion and all of this other stuff, because niggas don't know. So now I'm informing your team how to run some shit. No, they need to know what the fuck they need to do. That's why I always say that. Like me, I'm very, very disciplined. Like when it's come to taking down business, we could play, we could be all that shit all you want, but when it comes to like that business shit, now shit need to be accordingly and shit need to run very, very correctly. Right? And then I become a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I just want this shit need to be right. And why isn't this shit right? And why the fuck it takes so long for this shit to get run correctly? So don't. And then I'm very, very aggressive. So it's not that I'm being disrespectful. I don't know how to do that. I just give very strong, aggressive love. So I'm not for the weak. A lot of people can't take that, and that's even in business as well too. Because I tell people that shit all the time, especially if I'm going there and you don't even know who I am or however that it may be. Especially when cause I got certifications. I could work in a restaurant. I could do a whole bunch of other shit. So if this shit fall out, I can go be a fucking general manager or however that it may be in a restaurant. That's really my profession. I want to do fine. Well, I have that part of the time, but I don't want to do it no more. But I was basically I can do fine dining and shit like that. That's why I like food, because my background is food. So I know when I go into an establishment, my shit better look right. People don't understand that. When I'm coming into your establishment, it's your food presentation that's really gonna let me know if I even want to taste your shit. And then now I'm going to eat your food and I want to taste the consistency. The consistency is to make sure that the flavor, whatever you have introduced, maybe somebody need to hear this shit. Whatever you have created your menu, then that shit have to taste like that every time I come to your establishment. Or now you have drinks, so now you have to make sure you're making the drink correctly. You're not supposed to make that shit too watery or too much, but it have to be the perfect taste. So every time I come here, damn, I'm going to go get the best leaky martini ever. I know when I go there, it's going to be just right. And that's how some people can tell if certain people don't know how to do it, because the taste of the drink and the taste of the um especially when you're dealing with chicken. Chicken is always supposed to be cooked fresh. Chicken. Or depending, if you're having a whole fucking chicken, you're supposed to at least cook the shit halfway. So when the order come, that's why it's very, very important for people at your restaurant to order appetizers, right? Because now I'm giving them appetizers because it's going to give me the certain amount of time so I can prepare the dish that might take a little bit longer. That's why I'm going to send the server over there and you're going to ask them, excuse me, but do you want some more? Do you want another drink? Or are you interested in something else? Because I know in the kitchen it's about 15 to 16 orders in a backlog. So you don't want to have them waiting too long, especially dealing within a different fine restaurant. And you also have to know it be like undercovers within your establishment. That's why it's truly, truly important when the bitch that's at the door, whoever's doing your hospitality, always have to give that same motherfucking energy. Because I'm a blogger, right? So I have a whole bunch of people. So people don't know who I am. So you're going to have me, you don't really know who I am like that, right? But I know who I am. So you have to treat people with the same dignity that you would treat everybody. And because this bitch just treated me like I'm a piece of shit, or however that it may be, then now I'm going to give you a bad rating. Or the worst shit that you could ever do to some fucking body is think that they can't afford it. So then you're like, oh, so you think I can't afford it, or however that it may be? So now I don't even want this shit. I done been places like that. I done curse people out like that. Terribly. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't even want that because I'm like that. I'm an energy person. I go off of an energy, period. I don't want nobody cooking my food. If they're in bad energy, I don't want to be around people because now if you're cooking my food or I'm around you like that, that means I'm depositing all of that fucking negative food that you just been in that kitchen cooking and eating, and people don't think like that, right? So you are what you are and how you eat. So it's very, very different, crazy. But okay, let me go because somebody's calling my phone and I gotta get up and I gotta start my back to back, back to back. So let me go until next time. Ladies, congratulations on your new journey, on just you healing, on you just being just at peace and at a good state of mind. Now Maya, she's crazy. She's deranged. You have some women who are fucking deranged. They don't have to be like that. And then they go out all of they till they however and then be like, damn, I wish I wanted to have a kid. Like, you have to understand. I feel like that sometimes. Not like that, but not like that, because you have women who are just so driven on their career and they go so long, right? And then they want to have a kid and then it becomes hard. So women have to come to that point where they have to be like, okay, okay, honey, I'm gonna take a break. Like, what? I'm gonna take a break for about like 4 years. You're like, it's 4 years. 4 years. It's gonna take me 9 months because I'm gonna be pregnant. 9 out of 10, however women are, they're very, very different. I know when I was having my kid, I couldn't really do nothing because my body is different and I have to come like on like high risk pregnancy. So my whole world gets shuts down. So even if I want to fucking work, I ain't gonna be able to fucking work anyway like that. But that's how it was. So I'll have to do a whole bunch of different things. But for women, you have to do that. 9 months, you be pregnant, then you have the baby. That's why I'm against all of these girls having like footsteps. Like, you just had a baby, so now your baby's two. You just had another baby, like, so your fucking baby's 2, 3, 4. It doesn't give you and your baby enough time to bond. You know what I mean? It doesn't give you, your baby, and your husband enough time to bond. That's the bonding period. Because once you have another kid, that focus that you have on one kid is going to the other kid. So how can you actually love the kid and actually do everything that you need to do for just for y'all to understand each other? And sometimes kids need that. And then you have some men who just don't want to have fucking kids like that. But they stuck with this bitch and now she's on her fourth to fifth kid and then she's wondering why the fuck he's no longer around. He ran the fuck off. Cause you ran him off by having all these fucking kids, bitch. Like what? And people don't think about that. Mm-mm. Cause the man, he needs space too. As much as, some women want to have kids and stuff like that. But they don't think about that like that. They just want to have a kid. They want to do this. They want to do that. No. He needs his space too. You know what I mean? And he needs his space to bond with the kid too. To bond with the kid. They be able to have their own little relationship. But and then people, you're not gonna be able to move around. Like when you have kids, your whole world stops. It's no more that you're traveling, you're doing a whole bunch of different things. You have to worry about your kids, right? For now, Your kid is a baby, so you have to be there. You have to teach them. You have to do a whole bunch of different things. Your little activities that you thought that you was going to be able to do, you're not going to be able to do that. And that's the sacrifice that of just you being a mother, because regardless or not if the father's there or not around or not, like we're the mother and the dad sometimes, because sometimes the dad's not going to be there like that, dealing or however the situation may be. So that's why you have to hold down the fort, and you have to understand how to hold down the fort just in case something like that ever happened. And a lot of women, they don't understand that. Yeah, I'm pissed off too. I am. I'm gonna bite somebody like a fucking pit bull too. I do. Bite them and just shake the shit out of them. Hmm? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So you guys be blessed until next time. Bye bye.